So yeah, today we're gonna be, or tonight, I guess. Tonight, technically. My late night, actually, which is weird for me. We're gonna be working on Zaws. We got a few left? Two left? Three left. Inventory. Search strikes. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 strikes? 4 strikes left. Wait, that can't be right. Maybe it is only 4 strikes. That must be 4. Alright. Fair enough. We got those 4 strikes, and we also have not that one, but the other one, the Arcane Dailai Kija? I forget how I actually bothered pronouncing this before. Dailai Kija? Something along those lines. Been a while. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna be working on that one first. Probably gonna go the at least grindy route for these. So, I mean, if you guys have topics to talk about, feel free to. Otherwise, it's probably not gonna be the most entertaining thing in the world. Not much I can do about that. Also, game audio, you seem just a bit loud to me. Drop Warframe down just a smidgen. The things I had to do today, that I said I would mention about is, well, I had to get up, fairly early today. 8:30 is when I actually got, well, actually, wait, I think it was like 8:31 that I got up out of bed, but it's only because I set my alarm for weird times, just so my brain doesn't go like, oh, hey, it's 8:30, I can just go back to sleep, kind of thing. I'm like, no, wait, it's 8:31, right? Weird times like that. Yeah, I had to get coffee, a little bit of food, and then drive for 40 minutes to a job
There is a large platoon of
interview potential thing.
Leave no one standing.
Essentially, I had to go talk to a staffing agency to see about getting a potential job as a data entry and analysis person. So yeah, that took me like fucking 2.5, 3 hours to deal with. That went well. I think it went well anyway. They're looking for like a total of 12 data analysis people, whatever company that they're trying to get people forward. Good thing about staffing agencies, at least this one in particular, very secret about everything. Other than that, after I got back home, oh right, fuck. I was bugged on the rolling. After that, I was home for... Let's see, I didn't get home until about noon, actually. And after that, I had to leave at... well, I left at 5:20 my time for another interview today. That I got a call about yesterday and was given 24 hours of notice for. Yeah, I dragged it. It's fucking bugged again. This past update seems to have broken a roll again. So yeah, I had another interview at a movie theater, which I don't know if I want that job, honestly, with the way it was presented. I was about out of my fucking element there because I was actually dressed up in business casual for this interview, and it was a group interview. If you're wondering what the fuck a group interview is, I can explain what the hell that means, at least for this particular case. But yeah, the other people there were high school students for this movie theater position, which, you know what, fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, I was the only one dressed up. All the high school students obviously had never fucking been in a business situation for a potential job, and they were just wearing nicer looking t-shirts, mind you. Nothing with anything like offensive or obscene on them. But still t-shirts nonetheless, and, you know, jeans. So, just like, so yeah, I had to go to that interview as well. So I really don't think I want that job, personally. The hours that they were suggesting was they open at 8 a.m., which for movie theater sounded weird to me, but I'm like, oh, you know what? No, that's fine. I'm going to see movies early in the day. Especially on weekends and whatnot. Don't want to be there at night and have to deal with a bunch of other fucking people. Fair enough, fair enough. But the biggest issue I had with that was the fact that during busier times, they expected you to be in at 7, possibly earlier, depending on what the hell needs to get done. And I am not a fan of that. If I am scheduled for a certain time, I will be there for that time frame. I will be willing to stay a little bit later if needed to finish up what I need to do, or to help someone else out, but I really hate places that expect you to be there within like a 6-hour notice. It's just that's too difficult, too annoying. That's not something that should ever be done in the professional world, regardless of what job or what age group is normally applying for these positions. I don't care who you are. The other issue is that they also expected, if you're on second shift, for the job to be there until 11 p.m. Which, for me, isn't a problem, but it would definitely cut into stream time. Because I probably won't get back until midnight, after being on my feet for 4 to 8 hours. So yeah, not happy about that, but it's something I could work with if I was actually to take the job. But the other downside to that is if you don't have all your shit done, they expect you to stay there until it is done. They've, when I say they, by the way, it's the actual manager of the entire movie theater that was doing the interview. They do expect you to be there until your job is done. Whether that means you are there till 3, 4 in the morning, they don't care. They expect you to have your shit done. So, I would not want to do that at all. That is just a bit too over the top for me. Not to mention, apparently the new Star Wars is coming out this Christmas. Didn't know it was coming out this Christmas. I thought it was coming out in the summer, but I honestly don't keep up with movies too much anymore. So I would have had no idea either way. So yeah, they're going to be busy as hell. They're actually looking to hire as many people as they possibly can to cover everything. And I don't know if I'm the kind of person to be able to handle a bunch of people in a job that would be hardly trained for. Customer service and whatnot is not my field at all, so there's some things going for and some things not going for this job at all, and damn it, energy. But yeah, Drag, our roll is bugged, like I can demonstrate that right now. Roll. Just tap of the shift key breaks me out of stealth. It's really annoying. By the way, thank you, Homewood, for the congrats on the interview. So yeah, I had 2 interviews today. I've just been around town, fucking driving all over the place. So the movie theater interview was 30 minutes away. Oh, speaking of, on my way there, I barely got out of our neighborhood, as in I hadn't even driven out of our neighborhood onto the main street that's near us. And as I was coming up over a hill, there was a pretty serious accident. I don't know exactly what happened because they had a lot of it cleaned up already, and one of the cars, a van specifically, was pulled off to the side as best as possible. I don't know where the offending vehicle was, but the van was smashed pretty damn well on the driver's side, and so I think the rear view, window and the van was completely smashed. It was gone from the impact. The driver's side window was also smashed from the impact. I don't know if any of the other windows on the side were also smashed, but they had a couple firefighters working out there cleaning up the debris, as well as an ambulance that was there. And they had a couple cops there as well, trying to help direct traffic a little bit, but yeah, so that is something I ran into immediately on my way out. Hell of an accident. I hope it was on the news, but I don't watch the news, so I don't know if it was or not. I'll have to ask my mother or something at some point, see if she saw anything. These two guys on top of each other? So yeah, I after that I figured out a way to get through because of the alternating traffic and whatnot. I was just like, what the fuck? Anyway, on my way again to the movie theater, on a different road, an ambulance, just out of the blue, just turned on their fucking sirens. Going kind of in the direction of where this accident I just mentioned was at, but obviously way too far for it. Like, they were probably a good 2-3 miles out, and everything was already kind of taken care of at that point. So I had to fucking wait for that. So today's been kind of weird for accidents around here. It's only a Thursday. Like, what the hell is going on around here in this town right now? I have no idea. But yeah, that first accident, when I was leaving to come back onto the main street, I came a different way to avoid some construction and other bullshit, and to also check to see if they still were out there cleaning shit up and trying to get things situated. They were. Keep in mind, this has now been an hour and a half later of when I had initially left to go to this movie theater interview. An hour and a half later, and they're still cleaning up glass and whatever. I ended up having to take a different street because I'm like, I don't want to fucking deal with a bunch of cars that are still piled up there. So yeah, that's more or less been my day. Also, might I add, group interviews are fucking weird. I get they're effective and efficient, but they are fucking weird. I'm not a fan of them. I feel like it's a poor excuse for a company to mass hire without really getting to know each individual person that they're wanting to hire. Oh, speaking on that, I was supposed to have been got an email indicating whether or not I was even chosen for the movie theater position. I have not. She said there was going to be an email sent out like 2 hours after the interviews, determining whether or not we got the job. I've been watching. I have yet to see one. Let me double check. Yeah, still nothing. Double checking my other email. In the event it for some reason got sent there instead of being forwarded to my personal email address like it should have been. Yep, nothing in there either. Okay. So yeah, they said 2 hours. I have yet to see that. But yeah, no, that's pretty much been in my day. It's been very, very long, very weirdly eventful. And, yeah. I'm more interested in the data analysis position, though. As boring as it will be. Or as boring as I am told it will be. Which is weird, because I feel like they're trying to not have me hired. Confusingly? I don't know. Or maybe she just realized I wasn't dealing with bullshit. She being the person I talked to at the staffing agency for this particular job. So yeah, did you guys do anything interesting today? Oh wait, it was a thing, and oh, I didn't need to worry about fucking stuff. Watch for Video Game Awards? Yeah, I did too. I just finished that, and then I noticed the time. I was like, oh well, I guess I'm gonna start recording and go for a time, although it's a little bit early. I am a little surprised that Breath of the Wild won Game of the Year compared to Super Mario Odyssey. I thought there would have been more Mario fans out there than Odyssey fans in terms of people that actually made the decision. But I guess not. I am glad though that PUBG wasn't one or anything. I'm also disappointed that Overwatch... Wait, was it Overwatch? Yeah, Overwatch won ongoing, didn't it? Yeah, it was Overwatch that won ongoing. A little disappointed Warframe didn't get that,
well
that
done.
vote.
Now get to extraction.
Highlight for me is that FromSoft thing. FromSoft? Is that early on in the awards? Because I didn't catch it until about 30-40 minutes in. What have they even put out? Overwatch? Three heroes and I think 4 maps. They've also been developing a lot of the lore with them as well. I think it was about an hour and a half in. I might have not been paying attention then. I don't remember this FromSoft thing. Hi, Ted. Let's see. Do I want to form this again before we move on to the other Zaws, or do I just want to move on to the other Zaws? Do I remember what I was going to put onto the Zaw? No, I don't remember what I was going to put onto the Zaw. At all. Where's the smaller? I think it was saving it for a ribbon, but
Operator, you have remembered well how the Tenno arm themselves.
FromSoft teased a new game, looked kind of Bloodborne-y. Oh, that game! Yeah, shit, what was that game called? May or may not be googling it. I'm gonna mute this tab, so... Did they put a name? I swear they did.
New alert marked on navigation, Tenno.
Okay, I guess I haven't yet. Interesting. Yeah, I guess it's just by going by its tagline, prepare to die. Fair enough. But yeah, no, the game looked amazing. I would love to play it at some point if it's ever on PC. Need to head off to see the sale though. Make it out of the Zaw, level it up, because I don't remember what I was going to put on that one at all. I wish I did. We might also need to build a few Zaw parts, which can take an hour, of course. Unless I speed it up with Plat. I thought I want to spend Plat on rushing things, but... It's not like I haven't in the past a few times. Rhino? I spent like 56 Plat rushing Rhino or something like that. You'd buy a PS4 just to play some Bloodborne? I'd fucking buy a Switch just to play some Odyssey. And Breath of the Wild, for the matter. Along with some other games that are on there. but I need the money for that. Oh, hey, Dart. Another thing we could do is actually go over the changes that they've done to this game, because there was a large patch today. One that broke fucking Tomorrow's roll, because, fuck, god damn it. Of course it did. It also brought out Focus 2.5. Good old Focus 2.5, and this is not Hawk. I should use fast travel to get to Hawk. Or to Zaws. Though you may notice that they've there's a major difference going on right now around here.
Very good, very good.
That is well, there is weather now in the plains by the lawn. Ooh, weather. I want to make this a pole arm. What do I have for grips? Let's see. The Cicalo is going to give me -4 damage, but a 1.0 speed. The Giap is 0 damage, 0.917 speed. Plague Bakwen, 0.883 speed, +7 damage. Kustra. Stab Kustra.
Red Black, fetch me my lunch while this customer browses.
Shut up, Hawk. Bastard. Complaining about me browsing, seeing what the hell I want to put together.
A most astute choice, sir.
So we go with Plague Bakwen. I have a Zaw builder up, by the way, so I know what the hell based the overall stats going to be. What was the Vargi to Ruhong 2? Damage and crit. Wait. It was damage and crit, right? Yes, it was. But no, I would want the Vargi 2 Ruhong for higher crit. Yeah, that would give me up to 26. What the hell is this going to do then? Give me slightly higher damage. Okay.
Perhaps the most important part of the map. Choose wisely.
What's the other one? Vargi Jai 2 and Aquana Ruhong. Aquana Ruhong is going to give me increase the damage, increase the status. What the status on this thing right now? 14? If I was to do this, crit chance would be 18%, status 25%. It's not that great.
Take your time. Take your time.
I will. Hawk. What I want to do is look for the thing. I want an increase to crit, and I also want an increase to speed, which is Vargit Jai. This one. Fucking shit, it's gonna take goddamn Seedless Wisp. I'm so tired of Seedless Wisp. This is meant to be a pole arm, by the way, that we're trying to build here. And I will decide to rush this, just so we can actually move on and build this pole arm. Did I buy the Vargi Jai 2 or the Vargi 2 Jai? Guess we'll find out here in a second. I bought the Vargi Jai 2. It's the Vargi 2 Jai. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Bought the wrong one. Let's go buy the right one. Really quick. I'll use fast travel. Also, Homeward, I did read your message about you didn't do anything today, but you finished your final yesterday, and apparently Noah has one tomorrow. Is what he was saying before he went off to get some food and possibly just go to bed. What final did you have to take, Homeward? Intro to Forensics. What does Intro to Forensics entail? Or do you think you did well in the test?
Swazdola, what do you need?
Alright, one of Vargeet 2. Which is actually cheaper on standing. Why the hell is that? Yeah, he said that he has one tomorrow because of a scheduling conflict. And the rest of them were next week. Cost me 25 platinum rushes, huh? That's actually pretty expensive. I'm pretty sure I got at least a B. Online classes suck though. I've never seen one that's been well organized. I've had a few online classes that have been pretty damn well organized. But they've also been classes that have been around for a couple years prior, so they've had a bit of experience underneath their belt. And yes, we're now going back to Cetus so we can actually build this damn Zaw because there's no fucking way to get access a foundry in Cetus. Biggest complaint about Cetus. Covers the basics of almost everything forensics related. Does it cover how to be a CSI person? I forget what the hell their titles are.
Ah, Sora, a joy as always.
Like on the scene kind of forensics recovery.
Very good, very good. A most astute choice, Sora. They shall work wonderfully together.
Just to make sure, this is what I'm supposed to be getting. Crit chance of 36. That's correct, because I'm going to get 10% from the gilding. Crit multiplier of 1.6. 2.2 is what I have on the site. That also makes sense. Status of 10 makes sense, because, again, gilding adds that. 20.7 viral, 9.0 impact, 26.5 puncture, and 14.8 slash. That all makes sense because I get increased damage from the gilding as well. So, okay. Makes sense. And this weapon. Let's hope we get to name it. Fun fact, CSI don't actually analyze any of the evidence that I collect. I know, they just collect the evidence, but I mean, they're still a required thing, and they still need to know forensics so they don't fuck it up. Let's see, it was 2 letters from each? 2 letters from each thing, I think it was. When we go to guild it, anyway. I'll hold off on building the other one just yet because or the other 3 because I don't know what the hell I want to do with them yet. Who knows, I might end up spending another 75 plat overall tonight depending on which of the links I want to use. What are you, rank 0 Zaw? That is a polearm. Apparently you're getting Bleeding Willow on, because I never bothered putting on Twirling Spire and leveling it up before? Fuck it. Let's level up Twirling Spire. Stance spot I haven't done and used at all. Let's see. Pressure point and fury. I guess for now, we don't have a whole lot of points available to us. Though I could actually give it to Prime Fury to get some other mods on for damage, so we can actually execute a bit faster. Let's go with a status damage mod. Like Vicious Frost. No. Virulent Scourge, just because it's there. And Shocking Touch. Just to get a bit more overall damage, that's going to give us viral and corrosive damage. Which is not bad. Not bad at all. Oh, do I want to keep bothering using Avara? With our rules broken. Yeah, we'll use Avara.
Operator? Ordis wonders, what are you thinking about?
There is a large platoon of Grenier Marines stationed here. Leave no one standing.
Unexpected enemy to be right there. While we wait for my energy to get charged up, let me see if I can pull up the changelog. Alright, have the changelog pulled up. And Avara not being able to roll sucks. No action went over the changelog with me earlier, but I suppose it's probably not a bad idea for me to read it myself. Because no one listens to no. I'm joking though. But still doesn't hurt to read over myself, just so it's kind of stuck in my memory. So yeah, the first thing on the changelog list was dynamic weather in the plains of Eidolon, which we got to see partly already when we went to see this. It was storming there. Had lightning and everything. It's magical. At least it's not as annoying sounding as the rain in Minecraft, I guess. 2.5 focus is out. We'll actually take a closer look at that, because I still have a bunch of points to spend, and I don't know what the fuck to spend them on. Probably the biggest change to the focus system is gotta be the shared pool capacity. With how that's going to work. It's going to save a shit ton of school points between them all, because you're not going to need like 30 points into each school to have everything that you want. And the reduced prices too, of course. We're going to also help a crap ton. Though I am a little confused about one thing that they have on the update. Text is brilliant Eidolon shards, the things that are used for unbinding ways and getting That was interesting to watch. And getting focus points for the school. They said that the ones that have been invested in Waybounds have been returned as items, which, fair enough, understandable. But then they proceeded to also mention that the ones that got turned into points got refunded as points. What? They already turned into points. I mean, I highly doubt that they're tracking on how many shards you used into points and why they would even bother saying that. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Well, whatever. Installed lenses have not been affected. Saves me a bunch of fucking time having to go through all that again. I still haven't replaced all the lenses I put on the things. Anything else major? No, not really. I still have like 2.2 million or so, actually wait, I have items on there. 2.3 million Zenerec points right now, in things I don't know what to do with. I haven't unlocked everything, but I don't know if I even want to bother unlocking everything. Come to me, enemy. If you get her. Stop fucking jumping back over here. No. Let's get some more energy. Not being able to roll is gonna kill my time runs on this. Let's see. What about the individual school changes? Zanerec, Void Singularity's pole speed has been doubled. Lightning Dash now costs 10 energy per cast, which understandable considering the previous way it was like energy per second. It was like 2 or 3. It wasn't too expensively, but there's still a weird additional cost on it. I don't know if Noah was able to figure out what the fuck it meant by like 2 or 3 energy per sec. Wait. What? Since when could you hack this? Where does this go? Where do you go? Curious. Has this always been here? Could you always hack this? Could this always take you around? I'm so confused right now. The hell? I have never done that before. What was it saying? Oh yeah, I don't know if Noah figured out what the hell it meant by 2 energy a second or whatever. On the Lightning Dash ability. But he was complaining earlier about it costing 10 now because he's not able to get as many out. Does that apparently they limited the number of lightning bolts you can get from that to 4 from having a bazillion. So I don't know if I even want to bother using that that ability anymore. But we'll definitely. I guess we'll put points into it anyway at some point at the very least, just because I unlocked everything. That's how I am. That's how I do. Let's see, Vazarin, Guardian Blast out grants 160 shields at max, up from 100. So an extra 60 shields, honestly, is not that great. I can get that much shield just by pressing 3 on Meg. I don't know, Guardian Blast it never seemed that interesting to me. Though I guess Vazarin in and of itself is supposed to be a team-oriented school. So, eh. Though Protective Dash now granting 5 seconds of immunity at max, up from 2 seconds? That's a pretty significant change. I don't know if that immunity is supposed to be to something in particular? Damage maybe in general, but ideally it would just be general damage. Damn. Let's see, Uneru, Void Spines now reflects 100% damage at max up from 25%. That actually makes it a little bit more reasonable to be using. I did see that when I was looking at the Uneru tree. That was a reflective thing, but I'm like, I think the base rank was like 10%, 5-10%, something like that. And it was just like, why? If I really wanted that, I would be using something like Retribution on a frame to fuck around with. I wouldn't want to bother with the school with it. And Stone Skin now adds flat armor, 60 for both Warframe and Operator at max. That is a little unfortunate. 60 armor, I mean, it is still quite a bit, but I'd rather have been a percentage overall than a flat number. Make tankier frames even tankier. And non-tankier frames slightly more tankier, but not oh shit. Bastards.
You've been seen.
No alarms.
Alarms reset.
Go away. Not allowed to follow me. Don't pay my energy. But yeah, that Stone Skin needs to be a percentage. It does. But arrive. Void Strike now continues accumulating damage boosts over multiple uses of Void Mode. Each rank it adds additional attacks up to max of 8. I have no idea what the hell any of that means. Madurai, I didn't really look over that tree too much. Blazing Dash now stuns enemies instead of ragdolling, but ragdolling was so much fun. Ragdolling is fun. I love ragdolling in this game. Wait. What did they do with the concursions of Islands, caves? Oh, caves. Oh. Oh. Okay, so they actually officially added caves to Plains of Eidolon. Cool. Those were things that the caves got added in the past event. Operation Flagstar. Flagstar, that's right. They disappeared after that event went away. And apparently they got brought back for incursions, which is awesome. I like the caves. The caves were fun. Apparently they also add Zaws strikes and amps to the equipment tab on player profiles. I didn't even know that was on... that was not on there before, I guess. I thought it was. Was it not? Was it really not? Add resistance, armor type, and hell type information to the Eidolon Bombless Codex entry. Wait, was that also not there? I thought it was. I mean, obviously it wasn't if it was if it's being mentioned about in the updates, but. Let's see. Added 750-day daily tribute reward. The Guiding Rose Cache. This cache includes Guiding Rose Glyph, Exos Adapter. Great. I'm sorry, it's 750 days of login. Though no one did mention that they might be changing the system at some point. On one of the dev streams, I think you said you mentioned it. But still, at 750 days under the current system, you're going to have all the Exos adapters you're ever going to need about 300 to 400 days before then. Easily. If not sooner than that, of course, but that just seems a bit silly to offer an Exos adapter at that point, though it also seems silly to offer a potato at that point, too. I think I'd just rather have a 7-day booster instead of a Exos adapter in that. What is a booster in that one? Ability booster? Wow. Not even a credit booster. Where the hell is this guy? Oh, it's Drag. Also added a sale manifest window when selling your mods for credits or resolving them for endo. The window will provide information on sale for you to review before you confirm or cancel. Which sounds great. To me, it sounds like an annoying extra step when you sell off a shit ton of mods. I'm not too happy about that, but we'll see how more annoying it is to deal with a few hundred mods at a time. We should try to use dash wires around this place. Able to move faster. Well, I suppose this dash wires are only going to help a little bit. As much as I would like it to. Probably be a little more useful in tunnels. Got this large room. Sound like it made it. Might need to buy an infinity booster. Yeah, we're what, halfway done with the enemies? We're only at rank 13. That's not high enough for me. It's not high enough for me at all. I suppose I could grab that focus orb, but lazy. Kitty came out. You should not be saying that message. Not enough messages have been sent to the channel. Why are you saying this message? Or have enough messages been sent to the channel? I guess maybe enough have, but I don't know. I feel like it hasn't been. What are some other brief changes I can go over? Oh, Gara's 4th got modified. I thought we've really used Gara too much on stream. Bait, Dye, and Pheroma? Pharoma? I've used it a few times, but it never seemed to fucking do anything. Things have changed, and apparently there's new additions with that, according to the list. Volt got a change too. He no longer burns through his fucking entire energy pool in half a second when he has a shield picked up. Which I have done so many times accidentally. What's that? You have a 600 energy pool and you pick up a shield? Well, it's gone. Goodbye. Yeah, it's so fucking annoying burning through all my energy in half a second to get the shield pickups. There's some other changes too, but what am I gonna actually show you? Yeah, the reticle in the middle here. Pay attention when I zoom in. Change the shape. It's interesting. Doesn't really add a whole lot to me. It's something to get used to. I don't hate it. It's like a minor polishing detail. Which may or may not be polishing to some. Like, there could just be a, like, why the hell did they do this? There's also some other UI updates and whatnot that they did, but honestly, I can't be asked to read them all. It's pretty much this this update though. Like the major things is the focus, and that's about it. I guess dynamic weather and planes too. But gameplay wise, actual mechanic wise, the focus system got changed again, and I have to say for the better, for the better for sure. Mostly. Few of those abilities that I mentioned about earlier didn't change the way they did. I'm not a fan of, but oh well. We gotta maintain a bit of balance, right? How's my energy doing, by the way? 112? Okay. Yeah, I hadn't really been paying attention. I need a detection event again. So, anything you guys have planned for anytime soon? I mean, obviously Homewood said that she has finals yet to do. And Noah said he has finals to do, so I mean... But that's obviously next week. Any plans before, until then? Just studying, in Homewood's case, I guess. Just for shopping and apartment browsing. Apartment browsing? What, move in with Noah? Why was I hit with viral damage? No, this will be my first term physically on campus at a 4-year. Ew! I see. Wait. Have you not been at a physical location on campus then? Are you close enough to campus? And if so, why? What? Keep in mind, Hobo, that Noah has not talked about anything for, of you in the sense of schooling, so I have no idea your situation in the slightest. Not at no fault of Noah's, of course. I just keep in mind I have no idea. I got signed up late this term, so I was stuck with an online class. Ah, okay. That makes a bit more sense, then. I should have waited for a bit more energy. Yeah. You brought up quite a bit in jokes, somewhat. Not jokes poking at you, just jokes about the shit that has been mentioned. like a yard long schlong getting brought up here and there quite more often than you may think. So, I mean, there's other shit too, but you can always ask Noah about him. Me and Lamb made a joke actually about you and Noah recently. I don't remember what the hell it was. Were we playing Helldivers when that joke got made? We might have been playing Helldivers when that joke got made. It was off stream and everything that we were playing. We were fucking around. How much of it was it Tim's contribution though? Honestly, quite a bit of it was me. I don't know how much was his, and I don't know how much was just Noah making a jab at it too, because, you know, Noah. I will definitely have to take credit for a lot of just the comments recently. But I will say it was probably mostly a group effort between me and Tim. Or Lamb, as I am so used to fucking calling him. Noah would say something or something would happen in the game and it just kind of sets, either I set Lamb up or he sets me up, and it just kind of, we feed off of each other on that kind of shit. Just to make a joke. So, I mean, it's hard to tell, really, one way or the other. Though, I don't, let's see. When's the last time I actually made a joke? What, you and Noah? I know it had been the last time we were playing Helldivers together, which was, 3 days ago? 3 or 4 days ago.
The enemy is broken. Well done. Now get to extraction.
I don't want to get to extraction. My weapon's not leveled. Pretty much. Pretty much. I would. It's either about your art long song, your assets, or yeah, no, taking it up the ass. Yeah, that pretty much covers them all. Right, he would say that it covers all of your assets. I feel terrible with that one. That's stupid. Zaws still not fucking max rank, and I don't want to fuck around here anymore. We're going to get a fucking affinity booster. I don't have to fucking worry about it.